8 phrases that men use when they are no longer in love. If you want to take care of your relationship, avoid saying these words that hurt your partner. It is true that a couple can argue but is always careful to say certain things, since the damage with the word can be devastating. Just as a sweet or kind word brings harmony and creates peace, a word of hate can destroy. As the famous anonymous saying says, we own the words we keep quiet, but slaves of the ones we say. In addition, when a couple begins to treat each other badly and to argue too much, an upward spiral begins in which each time they fight they say worse things, moving away more and more from reconciliation. Therefore, if you want to take care of your relationship or marriage, avoid saying these words that will erode your partner. And if your partner tells you some of these phrases, you should stop and analyze what is happening. Although it is very hard to say, probably you are not in love or do not want to recompose the situation. However, if you see a halo of hope, do not hesitate to consult a specialist. 1. The best thing will be the divorce. He tells you that phrase before any problem or argument. That can make you think, rightly, that he does not want to be with you anymore. Anyway, before despairing, look for the dialogue to see if things can improve. 2. When insults are commonplace on the part of your partner, you can be sure that either he is going through a very large personal crisis or he no longer loves you. A man in love is careful of hurting his wife with hurtful words. 3. You got me tired. If someone says this phrase is that they have not stopped to reflect on the fact that marriage is in the good and the bad times. We all go through stressful times, but it is important not to victimize yourself and value the other. If there are attitudes of your spouse that are not to your liking, it is best to talk. On good terms, it is easier to find solutions. 4. I cannot stand you anymore. If someone shows boredom for his partner, it is very difficult to overcome the situation, unless the person who said it regrets or realizes his mistake. Sometimes, in times of a lot of pressure and anger, people can commit outbursts, but the same have their consequences. 5. What happens to you is nonsense. When someone utters this phrase in a derogatory way, it is not respecting or valuing what happens to the other. Each person has their times and their difficulties. What is easy for someone else can be complicated. If he loves you, he will know how to understand you. If not, you will try by all means to do it before telling you that phrase. 6. I have no time. If your partner is always busy to talk, or just to spend time with you, it is a sign that something is wrong. If it happens from time to time, there is no problem, but when that phrase is common currency, ask yourself what is happening. 7. You're not like before. You are different, but in a bad way, from the woman I married. If he says this, he does not value the changes you have made. He does not see your virtues, but he is so focused on your faults that he only names them and forgets that you are still the same person. 8. If you had not acted like that, I would not have reacted. He does not take charge of his behavior. He blames all of you. That behavior is very dangerous. It can lead to more violence. Blaming the other is a noxious thing. We have all fallen into blaming another one of the things that happen, but it is fundamental if we want well-being in our life, to assume the responsibilities that correspond to us. If you have seen on the scene saying any of these phrases, you should put the cards on the table and be honest with yourself and your partner. If, on the contrary, it is your partner who has told you some of them, do not stand by, seek help. The counselors of relationships or psychologists can advise you on the steps to follow according to your situation, since we cannot generalize. Source: http://www.elsalvador.com. To learn more about 8 phrases that men use when they are no longer in love, please subscribe to this channel, share this video with others, like it, and download the book free by clicking the description below, and please let us know your opinions in the comments section below.